Welcome to News Video Clip. We are now in the 12th week of Trump's failed war in Iran. But is it actually Trump's war or is it Netanyahu's? The Wall Street Journal reports that Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu told Trump in a phone call to keep this failed Iran war going. And the Wall Street Journal is a conservative publication. Here's what they report. President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu held a contentious call Tuesday evening, people familiar with the matter said, with Netanyahu railing against a pact to end the war with Iran, and with Trump defending the diplomatic process. So obviously, Trump is desperately trying to get out of the Iran war because he's seeing what a disaster it is. It's driving up gas prices. It's driving up inflation. He wants to get out, but he's being dog-walked by Netanyahu, who won't let him. So I guess this story got back to Trump, and he actually told reporters today that Netanyahu would do whatever he told him to do. Yeah, right. Let's take a look at this.
What have you said to Prime Minister Netanyahu about Iran and how long to hold off on strikes?
It's fine. He'll do whatever I want him to do. He's a very, very good man. He'll do whatever I want him to do, and he's a great guy. To me, he's a great guy. Don't forget, he was a wartime prime minister, and he's not treated right in Israel, in my opinion. I'm right now at 99% in Israel. I could run for prime minister, so maybe after I do this, I'll go to Israel, run for prime minister.
Okay, so after Trump claims that Netanyahu will do whatever he says, that's a massive lie. He goes on to tell another big whopper about how he is 99% liked in Israel and he could become the next Israel prime minister. Obviously, Trump is deluded. There's no question about that. Once again, drifting into one of his insane beliefs that he's told himself. Alrighty, moving on. We do all remember that Trump created this $1.8 billion slush fund earlier this week for the January 6 rioters. Well, now two police officers who were there at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th and were attacked, they are suing to stop this slush fund from being paid to these January 6 lunatics who beat over 140 cops.
Police officers who defended the Capitol against a violent mob on January 6th now suing to stop the Justice Department from giving payouts to the rioters who attacked them. A lawsuit calling the president's new $1.8 billion fund a taxpayer-funded slush fund to finance the insurrectionists and paramilitary groups that commit violence in his name. One of the officers suing, Daniel Hodges, seen here crying out as he's crushed in a doorframe. What message do you think it sends?
It sends that if you commit violence in Donald Trump's name, that you will be protected legally, you will be rewarded financially, and that is his way of keeping these people on retainer for the next time he wants to influence the course of history with mass violence.
Hodges is among the roughly 140 officers injured that day. Harry Dunn was also assaulted as he fought to protect the Capitol. He too is suing and tells me this new fund is a slap in the face.
This is taxpayer money that is being used, and taxpayers don't want to pay for this. They damn sure don't want to reward the people that were responsible for one of the darkest days in American history, and that's what Donald Trump is doing, essentially rewarding them.
But
that's exactly what Trump is doing. He wants to reward these right-wing thugs with money from this $1.8 billion slush fund that's being paid for by you and me. It's being paid for out of our tax money. So this is, terrific that these guys have filed this lawsuit, and I really hope that they're successful in defeating Trump. All righty, now we're going to go to Minneapolis. And Trump's assistant attorney general, Colin McDonald, was holding a press conference. And McDonald is there to supposedly root out Medicare corruption or Medi-Cal corruption or whatever. Except he dodges questions during the whole press conference.
Yes, sir. Max Hester, just a reformer. President Trump has granted clemency to numerous individuals who have stolen hundreds of millions of dollars in Medicaid funds. Can we expect Amy Bach or any of these folks to be shown the same mercy in the future?
I'll take a different question as the final question. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you may not have heard that reporter, but he was asking about the people whom Trump has pardoned who have stolen millions of dollars in Medicaid funds. So as you can tell, McDonald is a total coward. He won't even answer the question. And, oh, wow, look, he's going to dodge another question. Let's watch another clip, shall we?
I'd like to ask for your assessment of the way immigration agents conducted themselves here earlier this year.
I'm not going to talk about that. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Okay, so as you can tell, once again, he's dodging the question. And the question was about how ICE agents conducted themselves in Minneapolis earlier this year. And we all remember what happened, right? ICE agents killed an unarmed woman, Renee Good, and they killed Alex Preddy. And it was all caught on video. And that shows you just what type of murderous thugs work for Trump's ICE department. These people are absolute criminals. They're like January 6 rioters with badges. They're disgusting. And obviously, Assistant Attorney General Colin McDonald doesn't want to talk about them, so he's going to quickly dodge the question. All righty, those are all the stories we have. We do have links to all of our stories right below the video. Unlike the right-wing podcasters like Joe Rogan and Benny Johnson and Tim Pool, those guys never back up what they say. We do. In fact, they don't even cover the news like we do. They just sit behind a microphone and lie. That's it. All righty. Those are all the stories we have right now. Please like and subscribe, or you can hate and subscribe. Or if you hate me, just subscribe. All righty. We'll be back later with more stories.